At the end of Angels in America, Part 1, I remember hearing that all the questions raised in that 3.5-hour show would be answered in Part 2, another 3.5-hour show. But what questions? The meaning of life? Why are people so cruel to each other? Where did AIDS come from and when is it going away? Well, now that I've seen Part 2, no answers to those questions, but like a good soap opera, I did learn a lot about the characters' relationships and sex lives. Lessons on sex extend even to the angel in the play, who has, among other things, an uncanny ability to induce people to orgasm. Now, what that has to do with the play, I'm not really sure. In fact, there's so much said and so much going on at breakneck speed that it's all dizzying.
You're Roy's nurse. I recognize you.
No, you don't.
From the hospital. You are Roy Cohn's nurse.
No, not a nurse. Not a nurse. We all look alike to you. You all look alike to us. It's a mad, mad world. Have a nice day.
Still, like Part 1, Perestroika is a massive effort that is performed flawlessly. All the characters from Part 1 are back, and they are once again put through their paces. The villainous Roy Cohn is now in a hospital dying of AIDS. The two gay boyfriends, separated after one is diagnosed with AIDS, now go their separate ways. And the closeted gay husband is opening the door on homosexuality, while his mentally unstable wife hallucinates herself into enlightenment. In between, we're introduced to a variety of bizarre characters, including a council of angels, the ghost of Ethel Rosenberg, and the world's oldest Bolshevik, to name just a few. Playwright Tony Kushner laces the piece with some very funny lines, including a nasty reference about former Mayor Ed Koch. But the humor seemed to undercut the play's deepest meanings. Every time we get close to understanding something, the characters make fun of themselves, and the impact is lost.
Are you a homosexual?
Oh, is it that obvious? Yes, I am. What's it to you?
Would you say you were a typical homosexual?
Me? Oh, I'm stereotypical. What? You mean like, am I a hairdresser?
Are you a hairdresser?
Well, it would be your lucky day if I was.
Strangely, my favorite performer from Part 1 became my least favorite in Part 2. Ron Liebman's Roy Cohn, who struck a high note the first time around, becomes Johnny One Note now. Spewing and spitting and sputtering every line, you realize a little Roy Cohn goes a long way.
Jews and coloreds, historical liberal coalition, right? My people being the first to sell retail to your people. Your people being the first people my people could afford to hire to sweep out the stores Saturday mornings. And then we all held hands and rode the bus to Selma. Not me, of course. I don't ride buses. I take cabs.
Stephen Spinella, the man dying of AIDS, delivers a beautifully touching performance, and Jeffrey Wright is terrifically deadpan as a hospital nurse. Kathleen Chalfant once again does her quick change routine, playing a handful of characters, female as well as male. I really wanted to like Perestroika. I applaud its politics, but with so much distracting mumbo-jumbo going on, I just couldn't buy it. Like an overzealous salesman, it talked itself right out of a sale. Its heart is in the right place, even if its mouth keeps getting in the way. I'm Roma, and that's a wrap for New York 1.